So, welcome back to Delta Green Impossible Landscapes with Greenbox Gaming. It is me, Joe, the handler. I'm joined by my friends Brad playing Hank Ellis, Dace playing Benji, and Jean playing Benedict. We are just coming back from our break, our mid-recording break, and so far these guys are right in the middle of doing their investigation into the odd going on with Abigail Wright's disappearance and the unnatural. They've encountered a little bit more strangeness. Talking to some of the neighbors seems to really go nowhere, but they found some very strange paintings in the basement of the Macallistar Building, which lead them to believe that seem to depict things that have only happened very recently in the last day. Bennington has gone home and given a little emotional abuse to his PA for basically doing his job. And Benji has made it home and was able to... Oh, and also, it's worth saying that Benedict took home a painting with him, a blank canvas that was marked as my greatest work from this basement studio. Benji went home and received a call from one of his buddy Skylar, one of his friends from college, his fraternity brothers, who wants him to come out partying with him tomorrow night. It's Friday night coming up. It's tomorrow. Old Hank Ellis, he went while they were in the basement, found a floppy disk and found some pretty disturbing things. He's found it looks to be Roger Calhoun has been writing a story called Night Floors, and an odd story that seems to reference the federal agents who, again, were only present in the building as of today. So, you guys all went home. And also, Hank Ellis also missed a meeting with his son, one of his bonds.
I exchanged the information, I suppose, for that.
Yes, and you're supposed to be going somewhere in the morning. So, that being said, it is 9 o'clock in the morning in New York, 1995. It is Friday. I believe it's August 11th, 1995 on a Friday. You guys all get up and tell me what it is that you are going to do.
How do we reconvene? How do we even reach each other?
We probably would tell each other to meet in that abandoned apartment first thing tomorrow, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
You guys have the burn site or the abandoned apartment that's kind of serves as your HQ, and canonically it is the physical location of the evidence board that you guys have, which is literally on the wall that you guys are putting up.
Mm-hmm. Neat. Well,
so we'll say that I don't mind you guys retroactively saying we agree to meet at this time.
That's all I would want to do.
Yeah. Benji makes sure to put out some milk for breakfast to the neighborhood cat as he leaves his tenement building.
What time is it? 9 in the morning?
Say that again?
Is it 9 in the morning?
Yeah, we'll say it's about 9.
Okay, I think Benedict will try go past the office. He will intentionally make everybody else wait and rather go past the office to deal with Jeremy, to pop his head in and make as if he's doing some work, but only be there for now.
Okay. You go by the office of the New York Post. You have a small but respectable guest office that they have given you as the editor-in-chief of, they're kind of treating you like a foreign diplomat, kind of, in the world of journalism. So it's the office is nice. Not that nice, but it's nice enough. Probably nicer than your apartment, really, in a lot of ways.
Definitely.
Jeremy is sitting there at his tiny desk right outside your office door. He's
a burly man, and he comes up behind him. He goes and slaps him on the back really hard, but as a burly man would, but in a kind of aggressive way. He said, Jeremy, up early, aren't we? Early bird catches the word, am I right?
Mr. You said I had to be here at 6, Mr. Farthington.
As you should. And I was waiting for you. I was waiting outside. I went and got some coffee. I did my laundry. I tended to Magpie. I did some phone calls. Jeremy, what have you done so far this morning?
Oh, I have, and there's papers all over his desk. He's got something pulled up on his computer. Like, he's obviously been very busy, but he's so nervous and intimidated by you that he just can't. He's like, I did,
It's okay. It's okay. That's all right. Start small, son. Start small. Benedict is a very chipper person in the morning, for no apparent reason. And he slept a full 9 hours.
Right. All right. Yeah, so are you going to pop into anyone else or just harass Jeremy a little bit?
Just harass Jeremy. Jeremy, did you send that note we discussed yesterday about the story in the park, the beggars, Halloween?
Oh, yes, I did. I
Good.
I faxed it over.
Excellent. Good. I think that's the most pressing thing. Otherwise, carry on. We get all those things. Did you get my post? God's sake, did you get my post?
It hasn't been delivered yet. It's still 9, and I'll go right now. And he gets up before you have time to explode on him.
Cool.
And scurries off.
Cool. Then that's a day in the life of Benedict at work.
Down the hallway, like the New York Post editor-in-chief is standing there with a cup of coffee, like watching the exchange, and just kind of nods at you, like, yeah.
Philip. And then he walks out.
Benedict. And he turns and yells at his PA.
My God.
Awful.
All right. What about so Benji just puts out some milk for breakfast and heads out?
Yep. Yeah, I guess I could roleplay going in to teach a class on blues music at Juilliard or something. Probably just get back on the desk again.
Well, that class probably would start at 9, and it would be probably an undergrad class, so it lasts an hour. If that's the Friday class you're teaching. And so you're going to teach in your undergrad class for an hour and then try to make it there by
10:30.
What time? By 10:30. Okay.
Take the L train.
All right. What about Hank? Now Hank stayed up pretty late and also now has a meeting at 11.
Do you want to do the meeting before we all meet up?
Well, I would say that my question to you is, are you going to go in as soon as you can?
Yeah.
Or are you...
I imagine he would wake up, obviously, like, looking around. His alarm clock didn't go off. He's like, had bad dreams all night about this crazy shit he just read. And he's like, oh, shit. And then he, like, jumbles up and gets his shit on,
You know what? Because you said that.
Oh, what?
Because you said that. Make me a
Too
luck
much flavor, Brad.
Make a what?
Make a luck roll. It's just a D100 roll. You want
Okay,
below
D100.
50. Below 50 is lucky.
Uh-oh.
So remember how you said your alarm clock didn't go off?
Okay.
You stayed up pretty late,
Oh, no.
and you got real cozy. You don't wake up till like 10 minutes till 11.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Damn it, Hank.
I mean, so Hank is like torn. He's like, I got to get this information to the boys, but I also got to meet John. It's like, he tries to make it as fast as he can over to John's to sign the paper.
Okay. You get to a small law practice that's like in like a building where all the offices are leased by law practices. You like burst through the doors and there's like like a young paralegal sitting there. She's sitting at her desk with a phone to her ear, and there sitting with his elbows on his knees leaning forward and just glares up at you is John.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. It was a long night last night. You know,
He
we've got
he stands up. He's shaking his head, doesn't say anything. He has a stack of papers in his hands, and they have like the little tabs on them, like the sign here tabs. And he just slaps it on the desk and just stares at you. He doesn't say anything.
Damn.
Hank's ashamed by not being to the meeting on time and signs it. Says, "I'm sorry, John. You're going to be in town for a while. Let me make it up to you. Let's have dinner tonight or something. You pick the restaurant. Where do you want to eat?"
Hank, I'm really not here. This isn't the time to reconnect. I mean, per usual, you're completely absent or barely available at all. Not sure why. I'm surprised. I guess catching fugitives is more important than everything, right? That's the most important thing in the world, being a U.S. Marshal, saving the fucking world. John's not usually like this, but his mother did just die. Your relationship with John is not great, but...
Mm-hmm.
And he takes the papers, he slides them to the paralegal. He's like, here. And he just kind of puts on his jacket. And he looks tired. He looks exhausted. He has bags under his eyes. Like his hair's like barely combed. I mean, he looks rough. He's like, yeah. And he just walks out. He leaves.
Damn. Well, I guess that's the consequence of staying up late last night.
Yeah.
Hank's obviously sad, and still waking up, and heads to the burn site.
So you get there around probably 11:30. Benji probably is the first one there. I have no idea how long Benedict decides to meander around. Does Benedict wait till he sees the other two go in to approach?
Yeah. He's awkward like that.
I tell them everything about last night.
Dude, tell us about the description and the story, or about our description.
The night floor story, how it involved everyone and mentioned us, and the whole detail about the only single letter on each story and the sentence and where I've heard that sentence before.
Well, I knew that twerp was up to no good.
Yeah.
I don't know about you fellas, but I think I originally just did not like Thomas, but now it's looking to be something strange going on with these characters. I don't know what exactly, but there's something strange going on. How in the world would they have written this right before we pulled up? It could be coincidence, but in my line of work, there are no coincidences. What do you fellas think we should be doing? We can go back there. There must have been some secret rooms in that bottom floor, something going on. And who is Sammy?
We ought to talk to this Roger and really rake him over the coals.
At the very least, we should do that.
Benedict cracks his thumbs.
Do we have any other leads? I can't think of one for the life of me.
We still need to know the Sammy, what exactly this sentence means, and ours go at from some text. We need to know who the super and the Mr. Custodian is. There's some characters we don't know about, and Mark. But out of everyone in the building, we definitely have Roger pinned on this. We've caught him dead in the act of writing down information that he did not disclose to us.
Maybe we could swing by the library on the way back to the Macallistar Building and investigate this Ars Go issue.
I would not oppose that idea if we want to do that. I also want to hand up. Can I give them some equipment?
Yeah. I'm going to say that it's going to be relatively easy for you to get a hold of, like, I mean, it's not tactical equipment. I mean, like, hell, like even
I want to give them at least like what's it called? Handcuffs, and can I give each of them like a pistol?
They have pistols. They were a part of, like, basically the
Okay.
kit that you guys got from Agent Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
They have like the basics. They have like a badge. They have credentials that are, real enough to pass muster in most situations. I would say you guys probably have handcuffs. If you guys are, if you want to grab some U.S. Marshal or federal agent, like windbreakers or something to make yourself look more official. I'm going to say that's not going to be a stretch for.
Also, want to give them like, can we pick up some pepper spray or tasers for a non-lethal situation?
Yeah, I think that would be typical of the kind
Okay.
of equipment that you would have. Actually,
Alright,
let's
so
do
we're
this. Let's actually use the game mechanics for this kind of thing then. So if that's what you want to do, then I'm going to need you're going to request it. If you request those kind of things, you're going to need to contact your people at the Marshal Service or even Agent Marcus if you want, to see if you can get that kind of stuff.
Probably just do the Marshal. Go ahead.
If there's anything I've learned in our past playthroughs of Delta Green, specifically in Stick Again, there is no tool handier than an angle grinder in this setting. There's nothing you can't get into if you have an angle grinder and enough time. Now,
Hard to be
Benji wouldn't.
About it. We'll do this,
yeah,
and
definitely. Benji wouldn't know that, but Hank, being a man of means and having some experience, might know that.
And I think, like, if I have to roll, Joe, could I get like an easy roll by saying that, like, the Marshal has U.S. Marshal has the ability to like deputize a citizen,
Well, these guys are technically federal agents. Like,
I know. That would go higher up, but I'm just saying, if I go to the Marshal Service and I say need this equipment, blah blah blah. But yeah, okay.
It's not going to be hard. I'm going to say that you're like, so let's get some type of roll. If you want to do like a bureaucracy or charisma test or something like that, and give yourself a plus 40 because what you're requesting is very typical. Very low key.
And please get me a crowbar too. Thank you very much.
Yes, I surely will. All right. Success. Okay.
28 under, I guess it would be 80, really. So yeah, not a problem. Like, you are able to, if you want to basically make a stop at the U.S. Marshal's office, you can make a stop, or take these guys with you if you want, because they're technically badge carrying agents, and no one's really going to ask a bunch of questions. And you're well known enough that you're able to get some basic stuff. You're able to get, a basic tool kit, which has things like a crowbar and stuff like that. You're able to get some
angle grinder.
No
Sure.
angle grinder. Crowbar.
I will.
Hey,
I do want to.
You can snag me one of them AK-47s like from Rambo.
They say no. They say no. You've got your.
I do want them to have a tactical radio as well, if that's cool. In case.
Okay, like a radio. Have radios. Yeah, you can grab some radios. That's normal kind of stuff. You can requisition these kind of things. That's not a big deal. And no one's gonna look hard at this. It's like, and when you go in, actually roll me a luck roll real quick.
Damn, I just exited. Okay, hold on.
You want below 50?
Yeah.
All right, 55. 55 over 50. That's unlucky. It does not go unnoticed that Hank Ellis is apparently working with the FBI on some case. We'll deal with that later, though.
Okay.
We also bring a black light.
A black light?
Black light.
Sure.
A black
Sure, you
light.
can have a black
Okay.
light. Somebody write this stuff down too. I'm not writing it down for you. Okay, last call for shit you want to get. It needs to fall within the realm of basic equipment that police officers or federal agents might use.
Maybe a
Thank-
fingerprint dusting kit.
Fingerprint kit, it's fine. There's probably stuff like that too with the FBI equipment that you have. It's probably not unusual that you might already have that with other stuff. So.
And a rail gun.
And a rail gun.
Is that
And an
type
issue.
mounted on a battleship?
It's a battleship-mounted
Portable.
nuclear reactor-reliant rail gun. That should be fine.
Okay, cool. All right, we're ready.
All right, so you guys are heading back to the Macallistar Building. Like, what are you doing?
Swing by the library, and then Macallistar Building.
He wants to
Yeah,
look up something
to-
about the Eris Goyeta. Or try to find something about that.
Or maybe if we can look up like a rare bookstore or something.
Okay. If you want to roll me, what do you think you would utilize to find a rare bookstore? What skill?
Oh my god. No,
Okay.
Benedict would know. He's art 60 journalism. Of course he'll know.
Benedict has Art 60 journalism. He might know.
Nice.
He'll definitely know. So that's a 100%.
Wow, that is a
Over 60
100% over 60. That is the worst fumble you can get.
Is
Benedict,
that a crit?
that's a crit fail for knowing where to find this. Benedict has
He
no idea.
pretty much takes us to a strip club.
This is
You
where
guys-
it was last time.
You guys, I swear to God, there was a bookstore
I'm
there.
sure this was a bookstore.
Do a check, John, so you know, so you can increase it next time. You remember,
Good,
like,
Yeah, make a check on everything you fail.
Thank you.
Which do you think
Can I
would be
get
more
2 checks because
applicable?
it was critically shit?
Which do you think would be more applicable, anthropology or occult, to find a rare bookstore?
What about intelligence? What about just intelligence roll?
Ew.
I think that's more appropriate. 75, or sorry, 90 over 75.
90 over 70.
Failure. You guys don't seem to have any luck finding any rare bookstores. Now,
we have to
doesn't
look
mean-
into that in some capacity because that was a crazy roll. I don't,
Yeah.
we have
So
to at some point look at something into this.
so you guys have some stuff you want to look into. You want to check out more stuff about this book. You might be able to go to a library and do some hardcore investigation there. You still need to catalog stuff in Abigail Wright's apartment. That is still a part of your cover story. It's something, if nothing else, that you need to do to make the FBI happy.
Yeah, I think we should spend time to do that today for sure. After, well, I don't know. What do y'all think? Before or after we confront Roger?
Probably before, in case it gets hairy. Roger.
Okay.
Can I bring Jeremy to help with the cataloging? Like the handler.
He's like you're familiar.
You know what?
Just set him off in the corner.
You know what? Why not?
Oh, Jeremy's
Why
gonna get
not?
got. He's gonna get got doing this.
He's gonna get got. Why the fuck not? All right. Yep. He's in. You page Jeremy. He calls you. You tell him to meet him at this address. When you guys show up, you show up in a U.S. Marshal, probably not like an SUV. Those aren't as popular in the 90s for law enforcement. You show up in like a sedan, like a plainly colored maroon sedan that has government plates.
This is a terrible idea. He would not be able to bring Jeremy on this covert ops, editor-in-chief doing his moonlighting shit.
Do you?
I think
wanna
it could be
bring-
fun though.
Do you want to break him or not? I need to know right now.
Fuck.
I think he'll probably die, but that would be fun.
All right, bring him. We're bringing him. That's fine.
All right, you guys pull up, and Jeremy is standing there. He has like a satchel, which Benedict knows is probably full of all the work he has to do, and he's standing there, kind of bouncing like on his heels, waiting. He sees you guys pull up, and he kind of double takes at Benedict getting out of the car. He says, "Oh, Mr. Farthington, I came. Is this
Good to see you.
the right place?"
Yes, 100%. You are right in the right place. We have a special assignment today, Jeremy. I think it'll be a nice break from your work.
Hi. He holds out his hand to Hank and Benji, and
No, don't
and
worry
Hank,
about them.
he's like, "Oh, okay." And by the way,
No,
you guys
you
are
don't
now
need to know.
hearing. You guys are now hearing as this young man, I don't know, did Benedict tell the other two that
No.
the PA was going to be here?
No.
So this guy, this young 20-something guy is here, and he just called Agent Matador a Mr. Farthington.
Oh, sure.
Oh, fuck.
Well, Mr. Farthington, I guess we appreciate the help. You can just call me Molasses.
Okay, Molasses. That's fun. That's
And I-
different.
And I meet you. I'm more than merry.
Okay. And he looks at you, Benedict, with what is happening.
Can I put
enough flip-flapping?
Well, I don't. Maybe I got something for him. Can I find an extra large FBI coat and just slap it on him?
He looks at it. He's like, are you guys wearing FBI, U.S. Marshal gear?
Yeah, Benji is.
He's
Yeah, I guess.
looking at you, Benedict, and is like,
Jeremy, come here, my son. He takes him aside.
Okay.
All right, so this is something that is a bit of a personal hobby of mine. I enjoy
Impersonating
Well, I
Federal
like
Law?
Oh, no, this is... Have you heard of cosplay, son?
It's the 90s. I don't know if that's a popular term yet, but sure.
Definitely.
Oh,
For those without an imagination, Jeremy, just stay focused on the task at hand. Don't ask too many questions. What we need to do is we have a lot of stuff that we have to catalog. We need to organize this stuff. You know how on your desk you have all your pencils in a straight line, all your little erasers in a straight line, and all the papers in a neat little stack? We're pretty much doing the same thing here. We're doing it for a couple of friends. You don't need to know anything else. And in fact, if you say any of this to anybody else, Jeremy, there'll be dire consequences. You must know this.
am I going to be fired?
Jeremy, yes.
Okay, I mean, I've got a lot of other stuff that I'll do it.
Is fine.
I'm ready.
You can fit it in. I've seen you do more than this, Jeremy. Friend, smack him on the back.
Okay. Okay, let's do it.
Let's go in, and then
He gives Hank
Takes him.
and Benji a look that kind of says, "Help me," but just follows Benedict.
It's a nice fellow
I'm
right
gonna-
there.
I love
I'm
the
hoping that-
inclusion of the unexpected inclusion of an NPC in any adventure. This is not going to be a complete shit show.
Nah.
Isn't he one of your bonds too?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh,
What
God.
happens when one of your bonds dies? Can't wait to find out.
He's
I'm
gonna
sure
fine.
he'll be
You guys don't have
fine.
enough faith in him.
So I guess he'll take Abigail's room, look through that stuff, organize it best he can, and we'll head over to Roger's apartment again. Does anyone want to take the lead on what exactly we found?
Well, I assume you guys are going to deposit poor Jeremy in the apartment. When he does, he's just like, oh no, there's so, oh God, and he's looking at
Jeremy?
everything.
I hope those
What
are,
am I?
those
What am
are
I?
groans of excitement, my friend.
Yeah, are we? Yes, Mr. Varley. I'm sorry. Are you looking for something? What do I need to do?
Jeremy, we need you to take each of these items, assign them a label, and put them in the right little bag. Simple as that.
Okay. Is it dangerous?
Jeremy, what are you afraid of?
Rats?
If there's a rat, you can shout and I'll come and deal with it personally.
Okay. I imagine just the camera as you guys are leaving the apartment. The camera's just like on the doorway, and Jeremy's just standing there, like holding a satchel, and looks pleadingly at you as like as the door closes.
And I lock him in. I lock him in. Hear the sound of the bolt, double bolting.
And she's like,
Is he gonna be okay? He seems weak, almost subhuman.
Oh man. All right.
How
so,
would
What have I done?
how
What
would
have
Benji feel like taking the lead? I feel like me and Mr. Farthington might have left a bad impression on this man the other day.
I called me Detective Pine.
Well, I can't say I'll do that, but you can take the lead.
and I just revealed my last name. All right, it's going great. Yeah, we walk down to Roger's room and give a brisk knock on the door. Let him know we mean business right up.
He turns around.
No
and
shave and a handshake today.
and gives his nod of approval at the knock.
It's a good knock. In a moment, comes to the door is Roger Karoon. He is. Let me see if I can. You can see his pictures there. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. I can figure out what I'm doing in my life. There we go. So there's old Roger Karoon. I really feel like I'm still not saying his name correctly, but whatever. He comes to the door. You see the peephole darken for just a second, and then he opens the door. He goes, FBI agents, yeah.
That's right, Mr. Karoon. My name is Agent Mitcha, and unfortunately, in this case, I can't say I'm pleased. We got a bone to pick with you.
Whoa. What? Is everything okay?
Oh no, sir, it's not okay. We were in the basement yesterday carrying out our investigatory.
He stumbles over his words, trying to think.
And we found a floppy disk. And do you know what was on that disk?
No.
I'll tell you, some interesting literature.
Okay.
It's a short story, and the events in that story were eerily similar to what's going on in reality. But Miss Abigail,
I don't follow.
I'm saying that you somehow predicted exactly what was going to happen with Abigail, and you described our likenesses before you'd ever met with us. How that happened?
What?
Agent says, will you beat up that floppy?
He pulls out the floppy and are we still at the doorway?
We'll say you guys
Are
are
we
still in
inside?
the doorway.
And he holds up the floppy disk.
He
Says, "Does this sentence mean anything to you, son? Smooth is the hand that makes the world, and steady is the mind that grasps it."
No, that's good. Did you write that?
Son, we are done playing games. Want to intimidate him?
All right.
Is this just human int, or is there actual intimidate?
Well, there is no intimidate skill like in other games, but give me like a persuade or a charisma roll if that's better for you.
Persuade is 20% 50 with a check mark that I failed. Whereas straight up charisma is 1365, so maybe charisma, right?
There should be a little number beside charisma.
It's score 13 times in the times 5 column at 65.
Yeah.
Okay. Critical.
All right.
Dude, I'm
44.
killing the rolls today.
44 under 65. By the way, also, I forgot real quick. Sorry to pause this. Go to the bottom of your sheets. And at the bottom of your sheets, click under all your skills. Click the update button. That will give you your increases in your skills that you failed.
Nice.
Sweet.
100 skills. I see a skill percentage.
So down at the bottom of the box that has all your skills in it, there's a
Oh,
line, and then it says update on the far right.
Okay, cool.
Just click that. It
Nice.
should untick all your boxes and give you and roll the dice automatically for you. Give you some.
Persuade was the only one I failed last time, but cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy is. I mean, he is like shaky. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. He's visibly shaken. And like looking at him now, it looks like he's wearing the exact same clothes he's wearing yesterday. Like, and it's like that smell of like BO, like he hasn't been out. And there's even like a slight smell of like alcohol on his breath.
So, damn, a critical. So he might literally know nothing. Do I think he's like off his rocker?
Like having fugue states when he's writing or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to do like a psychotherapy roll for that. That is like pretty specifically in
Someone
that
have
realm.
psychotherapy roll. Well, I have a 10. Does anyone have better than a 10? Surely someone else has better than.
No, I've also got a 10.
What the fuck? We can't just leave it like that. I mean, he might not know anything, but we got to search this place. I said, son,
Andre.
this is enough to take you downtown. I suggest you let us look around a bit.
I don't know what that is. Like I've never seen that. Like I've seen ones like it. He's talking about the floppy disk. He's like, I've seen like a floppy disk, but I don't know. I don't have any floppy disk in the basement. I don't.
Roger, it's okay. Roger, that's fine, son. Don't stress. I have simple questions for you. You should be able to answer simple questions, right, Roger?
Yeah.
Roger, who is Mark?
I don't know. You know, I went to high school with a Mark. Like, I assume at this point you were like come inside, and he's like sitting there, like like holding his bathrobe closed, like looking very like cowed, like beneath your glaring stares.
So you don't know who Mark is then, Roger?
I don't know him. I don't know a Mark.
Mark, who is Mr. Castaigne?
I don't know a Castaigne. What is that? Is that Italian? Like what? I don't know.
Custodian.
What about Sammy? You know a Sammy?
There's a Sam. I know a Sam. He's not here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
Son,
Sammy.
you know something now.
I
You
don't
have a book. You have a book called Night Sea, and in this
Yeah.
floppy disk, and your personal possessions that we went through in the basement,
You
it
went through
has
my
a. That's where we found this, son.
Well, I mean, you intimidated him, so he's not going to give you shit. about
Yeah.
that.
You have. Are you not working on a story called Night Floors?
No, night seas. I'm working on night seas. Well, I haven't decided what to call it. If it's Reloaded or Revolutions. Night Sea. I two just seem not Night Floors.
Roger, it's very clear that you are an imbecile, and that's fine. Don't be ashamed, my son. Roger, do you know the contact details for the apartment manager?
Yes.
Or do you know where your apartment manager will be right now? It's very important to our investigation, and the more you help us, the quicker we'll be out of your hair, so you can go back to whatever this is.
I mean, I know. Art Life runs the building. Give you their number, the office.
Art Life. They're the ones that you go and show them your art.
No, Art Life. They're like a co-op, like a housing co-op. They offer housing to artists in the city.
that's what's
It's
going
like
on
it's like to try to they help artists afford places to live.
How did you apply?
I by mail because it's 1995. I went into the office and got an application. And
I see. And that's for writing, right? Writing art.
Yes, I am an author. I'm not I'm a pretty well-known.
Let's get those details. Thank you, son.
All right, he gives you the info for the Art Life office,
Yeah, I don't know if
where
we're
their
gonna get
office is
anything out.
located and whatnot.
We're just barking up the complete wrong tree here.
Totally. Like, I don't even know if the manager or Art Life is even aware of what's happening. But something.
So we need his contacts, or we got the contacts for this, or at least the address for this nightlight. Dude, there might be something fucked up going with that. Like they're luring people into this this spot and then doing something screwy with them.
Yeah.
I think we need to ransack this whole place though.
Okay, if we do that, what are the possible consequences?
I mean, you see what evidence we have against him.
Not really evidence when you think about it.
But it is kind of. It's enough evidence for the U.S. Marshals.
Right, I'm trying to destroy him emotionally and psychologically. We can't also destroy him physically. Like that's overkill.
Well, not him, but just his
Seems
apartment.
excessive.
But are you guys gonna search his apartment or?
I think we should.
So okay, so Benedict would know what you're trying to do, and maybe he would take Roger aside. Say, Roger, let's have a drink, you and I. And he's going to try and distract him out in the corner by drinking at 10 in the morning with him.
Yeah.
So he may not notice.
I got no other leads. I guess I'll search the apartment too.
All right. You guys start flipping the place over. Give me a search roll, all of you.
And she got a 25 under 50. Wait, no, 32 under 43 success.
Benedict
got
failed.
50, or got 25 under 50.
Benedict was distracting.
Right.
Roger.
Yeah, Benedict, you weren't able to do anything with him because actually you were kind of distracting him. So as you guys are looking through, you find a it looks like Roger Caroon does a lot of his work on a electric typewriter. But as you go into the back room, you find a computer. We'll say Benji finds it. Benji, you walk back there, you find a no, let's say Hank. Hank, you go back there, you find this computer. It's a click of the button and it boots up and whatnot, and on it are many files, all labeled things relating to night seas. And they appear to be chapters of, you see, like it looks like a book that's completely finished. Maybe that's the book he was already talking about. And you see, that he's been trying different things. You see notes written. You see places where he's printed them out and X'd on them. One of the things you find in a drawer as you're looking through, you find in the back of the drawer, just underneath, not like hidden, just underneath some junk, you find a box of floppy disk. And they match this floppy disk. They are the same brand, same color floppy disk. And there maybe even are some floppy disks there that have things written on them. Like, chapter 1 through 10 for editor, like written on it or something like that, and the handwriting looks to be the same.
Benedict, bring Roger in here.
Some over.
And I say, listen here, you little tick turd. Explain this.
He looks at it, he's like I just explained what?
What is this box of floppy disks doing down here? And why do they match this one in my hand?
I don't know. I've never. And he's looking at it. He's like, I didn't. That's not mine. That's not mine. I don't. And he seems to be having a bit of a breakdown.
We've already intimidated him. What can someone want to try to calm him down? Here's what I'm thinking.
If you guys want to, if someone wants to give me, you can all give me a human int. If you want to like kind of see, we can get an idea of like what this guy's deal is. Like, is he just lying super well? Like, what's his deal? Got a 92.
Fail.
Fuck, 92.
Yeah, 92, and 86 all fails. As far as you can tell, he is just not. He doesn't know what's happening. He seems confused, and like he might be starting to crack.
I'm not gonna lie, son. This does not look good for you. Frankly, your ass is grass, and I'm about to mow it. And I'm gonna get on a phone call with. I'm gonna see if we can legit take this guy in. He's lying to us. Like this is like there's like I want to call what would I want to do? What do you guys want to do? Like call our handler, Marcus,
The detective.
the
No, let's call
detective.
a detective.
I think we should call him up and like try to legit arrest this dude.
On what grounds?
That we found this floppy disk in the basement. We read it. Basically, we don't want to go into all the occult details because that is a Delta Green thing. We obviously know that we don't want to tell him about the hand that blah blah blah.
I will let you know this. You as Hank would know this. You guys had a good reason to go into Abigail's apartment. You had even a good reason to maybe go into the basement and look into Abigail's things. Searching boxes that are marked with other people's names that live in this place would be a search without a warrant. Would constitute, the violation of and there goes power in South Africa.
No.
Nice.
It would constitute, an unlawful search, and that even if this was evidence that Detective Guardanda would be interested in, it would be inadmissible in court. So
We can take the floppy disks and see what's on them. Maybe
Oh,
there's
for
some
sure.
more occult stuff.
Oh, for sure. But we need to figure out what's going on with this dude. I mean, here's what I'm thinking right now. He's involved. He might not know he's involved.
Jean, you still with us, or are you just moving around? I think he is.
Yeah, I'm still here, just moving around.
In the dark.
I'm gonna say, here's what I'm gonna tell. I kind of want to just, okay. Do y'all want to let someone else know about this outside of the three of us? And if we do, we know it's not like legal, but I guess what we'd be getting after is some more insight, which I don't know what we could get from the detective. Maybe we should, at the very least, call Marcus.
Yeah, and keep in mind your objectives.
Yeah.
Discover the new
'Cause-
supernatural, neutralize the supernatural, and
There's
placate the
definitely-
FBI.
Yeah, there's definitely some supernatural elements, and I don't know if we could explain this whole situation to the detective without cueing them in on more supernatural activity.
Right.
Yeah.
Benji also got a successful roll. We'll say that Benji, while you're in there, or while like Hank's in there and he's talking, and he's like grilling. That you pop in there, and Hank is grilling Roger about these floppy disks.
Mhm.
And you meander back in, like as that's going on, you kind of walk back into the kitchen. You start opening the drawers. You open the cupboards. You open the refrigerator. You are not incredibly surprised after everything you've seen in the apartment thus far to see several bottles of alcohol. Looks like Roger, is a bit of a drinker. But two things stand out to you. One, right in front is a 1 pound container of hamburger meat. It's like the styrofoam with the plastic wrap over it, right?
Okay.
Like a traditional kind of thing. And there's a label on it. And the label, and it doesn't really catch your eye for a particular reason, you just happen to see it. The label says, expires June 7th.
Okay.
Second thing you see is in and amongst the alcohol bottles, and there's a few, not like in the back or anything, just in and amongst them, you see a bottle that looks a little bit different. You reach for it, and it's a bottle of wine that has had the cork put back in it, and it seems a little out of place. Like I said, it wasn't hidden. It's got about a quarter left in it, and it has some writing on it. I don't think Benji speaks French or anything, but it's like you could probably make out that it's French writing.
Okay.
This bottle, it looks to be a kind of a fancy bottle of wine. I don't know how. I don't think Benji really runs in a lot of like high class circles. Like, you don't know if you've ever seen like such a fancy looking bottle of wine.
Is that all that sticks out about it?
It just seems out of place in and amongst beer and vodka and things like that. It looks odd. It looks very expensive. It looks quite old.
And what is today's date?
Today's date is August 11th.
Sorry, what was out of date so much?
A container of hamburger meat, a pound of hamburger meat. But the thing is,
the disappearance was around the 4th of June.
Yes.
That's close to the date of the disappearance.
But the meat, you know how hamburger meat looks when it goes bad? Turns gray.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pink. It's still pink.
I don't know what to gather about that hamburger meat, but the wine bottle sticks out to me like he has had a visitor.
Benji will uncork the wine and take a sniff of it. Does it smell like wine?
It smells like wine.
Take a sip of it.
Tastes like wine. Tastes really, really good.
My, what a vintage.
I guess he'll ask Roger. He's like,
now, where would a piece of shit like you get a bottle of wine like this?
He looks at it and he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I must have picked it up somewhere.
Dude, we're gonna have to. I'm trying to help you out, Roger. Now, this is your last chance, or else I'm gonna have to talk to my colleagues, and we'll have to take matters into our own hands. You understand this, right?
Yes, I'm trying to cooperate. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I say, okay, son, just sit here on the bed, calm down. I'm gonna gather everyone. Listen, fellas. I don't know exactly what protocol is, but this man has had some interaction with whatever's going on here, whatever reason we got called in here. I think we should contact Marcus, and very possibly we might need to black bag this fool.
Benji takes that in and he's like,
I hate to say it, but I think we might have to get our hands a little dirty.
and at that moment he has a flashback, and he actually sees his hands covered in blood, and he looks distant for a second, and then he snaps back.
He's in the pitch black of Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Exactly.
In the pitch black, like on a white gravel crossroads, like how the back roads are graveled with white rock.
Yeah, and like you can feel the oppressive humidity. It's like you're fucking swimming when it's that way in Mississippi in the summer. And you're just like soaked from head to toe with sweat and yeah, bloody red hands.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
that flashback and then he comes back.
I mean, I'm not gonna say this all, but honestly, at this point, this guy might do more harm than good.
Yeah.
He's
What does Benji think about this weird expiration date on this meat?
Yeah, well, he's gonna ask Roger about it. Roger, get your ass over here.
He
What?
comes in, still holding his path.
What do you tell me about this meat?
And he gives it a slap.
He's like, I just got that.
Explain this expiration date. It expired 9 months ago.
It's June, July, August. So not that long.
Benji's not great at time. Give him a break.
good at
looked.
other stuff.
He's like, I just got that. I don't know what you. I don't know. And Benji, and if you point this out to the others, anybody else who looks in the fridge sees that the milk has an expiration date. In early June. Everything in there, eggs, everything. Everyone make me a sanity check.
Jesus. I'm assuming the milk doesn't smell bad or something as well.
Oh, we
Open
got
it,
the crazy milk.
Not smell bad.
Jesus. Fell.
Sanity check for expired groceries.
Critical success.
Wow. That's a critical
Alright.
success on.
Yeah, it's an 86 over.
Feels soothed by this entire situation.
It's
Benji got a 42 under 50, so success.
Yeah, Hank fell. Probably
Hank.
from the lack of sleep. It's just enough to.
well, that's
him.
part of it, Hank. You're looking at this and it just doesn't make any sense, and it's just it's weird, and it is It seems weird. Take 1 damage. Like you can't wrap your head around it. Around what is going on here.
From the 65, I'm -1. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying? Okay.
This is like this encroaching strangeness. About that time, you all hear this sound. It sounds like this huge blast of just cacophonous sound, just boom. It blasts. It's not loud enough. It sounds like it's coming from outside. It sounds like it's coming from somewhere else in the apartment building. It's huge, and even though it's through Roger's door in his apartment, it's still uncomfortable, and it almost shakes the walls a little bit as you feel it reverberate through you. And you hear Jeremy screaming.
Oh
What in the good shit?
We run. Benedict runs.
I think Hank's gonna stay there with
Jeremy!
Rogers. Y'all go find what's going on.
Jeremy, no!
Jeremy, no!
Yeah, Benji's gonna follow too, but I'm actually gonna take that wine and the meat.
And take it with you. Okay, you run, and you
Unlock the door.
and you hear and as you open the door, this tone, the sound is still going, just and you run to
Coming
the
from the
door.
What did you do, you fool?
And as you throw open Abigail's door, the sound suddenly fades. It's it sounds like someone laying on the horn of a car, like it's transitioned into a different sound. It's no longer loud. It's no longer shaking you. What do you think Jeremy's sanity is? What's Jeremy's sanity? What's his power stat? You think a 10? Think he's a regular human with a power stat of 10, or you think it's lower than that?
Jan San.
He has to deal with Benedict, so it's probably quite high. Or
Alright.
it was.
Santoni.
Let's do a quick roll. Let's do a quick roll for old. All right, that's a fail. Jeremy is laying there in a fetal position. Or no, he's not in a fetal position. He is at the door, or he's at the window. He's at the window with both hands on the window and is just muttering. And you see in his hand is a piece of paper, but his face is plastered to the window and he's staring out.
What happened? Can we even talk to him?
He points. He's pointing out, and you're there with him, Benedict?
Yeah.
You look outside and you see that there's a cab, and the cab is like honking, and you see the cabbie is like flipping off, and his windows rolled down. He's like shaking his fist and flipping off this. It looks like someone like walked out in front of him and he was honking his horn at him. It's this. You see the back of what looks like a shaggy homeless man wearing the old school American military fatigues, the brown and green ones. Like a lot of homeless people wear stuff like that. He's walking and you see his hair is all long and he's walking away down the street and looks like he's about to go in an alley, and around his neck is what looks like a boa constrictor.
Jesus.
Hanging off of him like he's carrying a pet snake, a gigantic snake, as he's walking across the street. And Jeremy is just he's just got his fingers stuck to the glass, and in his other hand he's got a piece of paper, and he's just
Benji snatches the paper out of his hand. Looks at it.
Alright. You do. You see this.
This is the
probably-
symbol we're looking
Probably
for.
on the backside.
The fuck?
Bring it up on the. Whoops.
Can you make it slightly bigger? Just ever.
Yeah.
Looks like a coat of
You can
arms
zoom in too.
deal.
Yeah, I'm zoomed in as far as I can, I think. Okay, cool. It's an NPVRSO. Around.
Or PURSON, person.
Yes, person. Remember that critical success on that occult roll?
Not 5 minutes has gone by without me thinking of it. Yes, I remember it.
As you are looking at this, you know what this is, Benji. You know that this is a hold on. Trying to wrangle the stream while I'm doing everything else. You know this to be a symbol that is typically associated with demonology. When you were doing research for your encounter in Clarksdale, and then after that, when you were doing research for your dissertation, you've come across these things. It's this old ritual that is supposed to be about summoning demons, and this is something that you have probably messed around with a little bit yourself in the unnatural encounter that you've had. You recognize, you don't recognize this symbol specifically. You don't recognize this symbol specifically. You recognize the layout of it and that kind of things. I would even go so far as to say that you actually know where to find information on this. And luckily for us, we're in the 90s, and where the technology is not quite as developed, but the internet is growing. And if you would please check out in the Roll20 chat, there is a site.
What?
I would like you to go to. Benji knows of this site.
Okay. Even
Demon
Web
Web
101.
101.
Demon Web 101.
Oh my god.
Very convenient.
This is cool. I'm assuming she has
So
computer in the
imagine much of this comes from Benji's memory. Like, Benji can tell you that this is a ritual, or this is a seal for a demon. Like these, and the history of this these rituals and where they're published, that Benji, it comes to your mind too, the Ars Goeta, that this is also one of those, like this is a ritual that would appear in something like that.
Uh-huh.
And the invocation, like maybe Benji did this invocation or something very similar to it. It involves sealing yourself inside this what's called a Solomonic triangle, which is this triangle with the names Anaphexiton, Anaphanaton, and Primanumaton all around the outside, sealing yourself within this symbol, or forming a ritual that is described in many occult texts and is actually described on this website, and Benji is fairly familiar with it. And if you scroll down, you'll see that there is a list of part of the rituals. You have to get inside the circle, you have to say a bunch of things, and then you have to pronounce the name of 72 demons. And then at the end, you inscribe the symbol of one of these demons in order to supposedly summon them.
I'm just busy looking at all of the different demon symbols. This is fucking crazy. Is this something that was made just for Delta Green, or
I believe so.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's
right?
awesome.
Isn't it awesome? Like, these guys are out of control, man. These guys are nuts. Anyway,
I
but
do
so
see.
Benji knows that, and let's keep in mind, Jeremy is still losing his shit.
He'll be fine.
Benji's
I will say that coming out of one of Jeremy's ears is a small trickle of blood.
Jesus.
Oh, he's not going to be fine.
oh,
That's a
person.
problem.
There it is.
So what does it say
Person.
about person?
Where'd you find this one?
On the list of 72
yeah.
demons, just look at the P's.
P-U-R. Yep. And that's the same. Yep. Person is a
Person
great...
is a great.
Go ahead.
You go ahead, bro.
You go ahead. It's your character's gig.
Person is a great king of hell, being served and obeyed by 22 legions of demons. He knoweth of hidden things, of lost treasures, and of all things past, present, and future. Occupying either a human or aerial body, he answereth truly of all secret and divine things of earth and the creation of the world. Person is depicted as a man with the face of a lion, carrying a ferocious viper, and riding a bear. Before him, there can be heard trumpets sounding.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh no.
Is that homeless person a demon?
That's
And
what it's pointing to.
If that bombshell, that, I think this is actually a really great place. We're well past our 3-hour mark.
Jeez. Nice.
I think that is a good place to wrap things up for this session.
That's fucking cool.
That is cool.
Oh man.
It's got some hereditary vibes now.
Yeah.
So,
Oh god.
so yeah,
Poor Jeremy.
Poor Jeremy, man. Like,
He's such a good hard worker.
Haman is on the list.
Huh? Damon?
Haman, the demon from Hereditary. Haman's on there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Wow.
That's cool.
Yep, and it's the same like wealthy symbol, dude. Jesus. There's actual that like. Well, now this is like a legit fucking like demon from like whatever shit.
You don't understand. This demon's real.
these are real ones.
I mean, like he has his Wikipedia page and everything.
Right.
Wow.
But yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you guys have things are getting a little bit weirder and a little bit weirder.
Man, I got a call at the same phone call. My character was having a phone call.
Yeah.
I saw a dragon in the background of John's video, wherever he was originally.
Yeah.
There's some creepy shit going on.
So we have to enact this ritual, right?
Oh my god.
So obviously,
Online. Online.
But yeah. All right, guys. Well,
I'm gonna read this whole website later.
yeah, man. Well, we'll go ahead and call the stream there. But anyone who ever listened to this, thanks for tuning in, and thank you guys for playing with me today and listening to me while I spout my madness.
Tune in next time for us
Awesome
to
stuff.
enact an actual ritual.
Tune in next time to hear the players get like just elbow deep into some sick demonic ritual that they barely understand.
I don't think there's a demon out there
Messiah.
that could possibly be crueler than Benedict.
Right. It's impossible.
And if you haven't figured it out by now, everything that just happened is why you don't bring friends, family, and bonds onto your Delta Green missions. Well, that's all for this one, folks. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you on our little adventure, and we'd love to hear from you over on our socials, and they're all linked in the description of the episode. Come say hi, let us know where you're from, where you're listening from, and place bets on what'll happen to poor Jeremy. Consider supporting us on Patreon, also linked below, and we will continue to make this project better and better. But that's all we have for you now, so we will see you next time, and remember, stay safe and stay sane. Bye.